They say weddings bring out the worst in people, but honestly, I think they just reveal who someone really is, behind closed doors. My younger sister Angela got engaged to this guy named Trent. They had only been dating for 8 months. On paper, Trent was the total American dream. He worked in finance, drove a nice truck, and had that perfect bright white smile. But there was always something deeply off about him. A kind of quiet arrogance that rubbed me the wrong way. I have a rescue dog named Barnaby. He is a 14-year-old beagle mix, and he is my best friend. Barnaby is completely deaf, and his back hips are practically shot from severe arthritis. To help him get around safely, I had custom carpeted ramps built over the 3 steps leading into my sunken living room, and another ramp going out to the patio. I also keep baby gates blocking the basement stairs. Barnaby is my whole world. We have a strict routine, and as long as things stay exactly where they belong, he is a happy, pain-free old man. The first time Trent came over for a barbecue, he actually tripped over the living room ramp. Instead of laughing it off, he glared at Barnaby and muttered that it was, quote, cruel to keep a busted animal alive. I almost kicked him out right then. But Angela begged me to let it go, claiming he just had a stressful week. 2 months ago, I had to fly to Chicago for a 4-day trade show. The timing was awful, because Trent's apartment complex in downtown Austin was being tented for termites. Angela's studio doesn't allow overnight guests, so she pleaded with me to let Trent crash in my spare room. I gave him one strict rule: do not touch the ramps and leave the gates alone. He smirked, rolled his eyes, and said, yeah, man, I got it. I flew back on a Sunday evening. The second I unlocked my front door, my stomach completely dropped. The house was dead, terrifyingly quiet. Usually, Barnaby smells my scent and thumps his tail against the floorboards. I called out, but obviously, he couldn't hear me. I walked into the living room and stopped dead in my tracks. The custom ramps were entirely gone. They weren't just moved, they were completely disassembled and shoved into the garage. The safety gate blocking the basement was tossed onto the sofa. I immediately started sprinting frantically through the entire house. I eventually found Barnaby at the bottom of the sunken living room steps. He had tried to get to his water bowl, slipped on the bare hardwood, and couldn't stand up. He had been trapped down there for God knows how many hours. He had urinated on himself. His back legs were shaking violently, and he was panting heavily from pure stress and pain. I scooped him up, grabbed my keys, and rushed to the emergency vet. It took 3 large bags of IV fluids and very heavy painkillers to completely stabilize him. The vet said he had severely strained his bad hips, desperately trying to drag himself across the slick floor. When I finally got back home, Trent was casually sitting at my kitchen island, eating a bowl of cereal. I loudly demanded to know what the hell he was thinking. He laughed right in my face. He looked at me and said, bro, those ugly ramps are a massive trip hazard. I had a buddy coming over to watch the game, and I didn't want the place looking like a depressing geriatric ward. The dog is fine, he just needs to learn how to walk. At that moment, I saw completely red. I told him to pack his bags, get the hell out of my house immediately, and never step foot on my property ever again. 3 days later, my sister called me, sobbing hysterically over the phone. She wasn't calling to apologize, though. She was calling because I had officially RSVP'd no to the wedding, and officially stepped down as a groomsman. She screamed that I was ruining her big day over a quote-unquote stupid misunderstanding. She demanded I apologize to Trent immediately, because family is supposed to forgive and forget. I took a deep breath and gave her my final answer. He isn't my family. And honestly, after this stunt, neither are you.